All right, guys, I've got a quick video for you today, and man, it is a spicy one. So if you haven't heard, CIG has dropped a brand new event today, and it's called Operation Overdrive. Essentially what it is, if you don't know, is that it's a 3-part event, okay? Part 1's happening right now. Part 2 will happen maybe in a week or two. And then part 3 will happen as a grand finale before or around or at Invictus. And so essentially the current mission right now is a intel raid. It's a data heist that is calling all pilots, urgent assistance required. Xenothreat is putting our system and its people in peril yet again. We can't fight them alone. Join the Civilian Defense Force for a multi-week series of missions that you play a part in foiling the most diabolical threat in Stanton yet. Over the following weeks, volunteers will be tasked with capturing intel, targeting key insurance, countering strike forces, and more, all in the purpose of victory. Due to severe limitations, Anvil Aerospace has released the next generation space superior fighter. You can see where I'm going with this video. On a civilian market, it's stronger, faster, harder hitting, and the Mark II has completely evolved. The storied Hornet medium fighter, revered all over the Empire over. So here's the deal. I have no problem with them selling the ship, by the way, guys. They've already sold other ships that are worse, the F-8A or the F-8C, and I have no issue with them making money selling. Here's why I have the issue. Let's go over to the FAQ, which I believe is right here. Because you're like, oh, multi-week event. So what kind of in-game rewards am I getting? What kind of motivation? Am I getting money from this? Am I getting X? Well, you're going to get money. But the other thing you're going to get is a extremely special premium fighter of the UE Navy. The Anvil Hornet Mark II is on the front lines of engagement. The iconic fighter has bred some of the UE's most fearsome pilots, and you can now try your hand at becoming a Top Gun yourself with the F7 Mark II. Fine balance of firepower, a small, nimble frame, top speeds to ensure this medium fighter can hold its own in most tactical scenarios. So here's the deal. You don't get the ship for free. That's not what's happening. If you own the F7 Mark II already, you get the free upgrade to the F7A. If you do not own an F7 Mark II, then all you get is the upgrade and you can do nothing with it. There is no, you get something temporarily. You do get a rental ship. So that's something. You get a 3-day rental ship, guys. That's pretty cool. So I played the event today and I was like, okay, maybe it's at least fun. I got to be honest with you guys. The event isn't even fun. You go to these bunkers. The AI is still bugged out. The codes are just spawning and you're just sitting there getting codes while the AI is just kind of standing there and you're just kind of like making small talk with your buddies while like the screen's going along. Don't get me wrong. I like the spirit of the event and I can see where CIG is going with it. But why are we not prioritizing in-game rewards and progression? Why are people not being able to upgrade their in-game F7Cs? Why are people not being able to maybe get an in-game F7C for at least the entirety of the patch? That would be great. Or if you don't own one, maybe a free CCU from any starter ship or any ship that's less value than the $160 CCU. And then you have to pay for the upgrade to the upgraded Mark II. That would make sense, right? Because now CIG is making money from 2 avenues. People who get the in-game ship and people who already own the ship who are getting the free upgrade. Everyone wins at this point, right? And it's a little bit less predatory than what this is now. But now you have this event where you have to work multiple weeks towards a goal only to realize, most people probably won't know until the end of the event, that they're not getting a free ship, but what they're getting is actually just an upgrade that they can do nothing with unless they shell out $160. And in my opinion, this is one of the most predatory things that CIG has done so far. I really don't like the way that they've gone about this event. The other thing is the fact that only a few people can play the event at the same time right now, which is causing a lot of confusion, a lot of issues. And it just feels like another Platinum Ticket event. It feels like another Idris event, and CIG's not learning their lesson. I love CIG and I love where the game is going, but this just feels like a step backwards instead of forwards. I was giving CIG the benefit of the doubt when I heard about this event. It sounded exciting. It sounded cool. And I am excited to see where this event goes, But I think that if we're not prioritizing in-game events and progression, then are we ever going to get there? Because the truth of the matter is, guys, we're 10 years in and we need stuff to do in game. This is literally, essentially, they're saying, hey, if you don't want to buy the fast pass at Six Flags, you can stand in line. That's what this mission is. If you don't want to just go to the pledge store and buy the upgraded ship right now, you can stand in line instead of buying the fast pass. That is the progression we're getting right now. And I think as a citizen, we should be embarrassed. We should be embarrassed that this is the best marketing event that CIG could come up with to promote Invictus and probably get people excited for Squadron 42. It's just like, if you're going to get people hyped up for Squadron 42, maybe release something that people don't have, like a mech inside these new industrial bunkers that you have to go down into the bunker and get, and there's no other way in the game to get it. You can't buy with real money. You can't buy with in-game money. You have to go down there and do something to get access to this new vehicle. I think that would get people excited. And it might have been the same way is if maybe these F7Cs were unlocked at locations and you had to go steal them from the Xenothreat because they acquired them, and then you temporarily got to unlock these for your play session, and then you got to earn one at the end if you succeeded well enough or whatever. Like, that would make sense. And so essentially, I'm going to be writing a Spectrum post about this. If you guys agree with me, you can upvote it. If you don't agree with me, am I crazy? Comment down below. Am I being ridiculous? Am I being dramatic? I just feel like, guys, I signed into Star Citizen for the first time 2 months ago and had nothing to do, right? At the end of the day, the most that you can do is earn money for ships in game. So give us some in-game progression and things to work towards that make us feel like we're a part of a living, breathing universe. You know, let us attack Xenothreat. And like I said, yeah, steal the F8s back or 7s from them. Maybe CIG says, if you guys fail this mission, make it truly dynamic. If you guys fail this mission, you will not get access to the F7A until after Squadron releases or something like that. Give us some real consequence, some real dynamics. That makes sense to me. So this is what I said on Spectrum, titling it, "It's time for in-game rewards and progression to be the #1 priority." In Star Citizen's current state, and because of what's coming up, I've never been more excited to be a citizen. However, today's event feels like a step backwards, not forward. Ever since the F8C Platinum Ticket event, there has, or I'll just say F8 Platinum Ticket event, there has been a shift in the way that CIG is marketing events towards us. There isn't anything dynamic about them. You can't lose Stanton if you fail Xenothreat. It wasn't triggered by a set of missions or an in-game event. This was triggered by the next stage of CIG's marketing team, and that's it. I'm really trying I'm trying to be respectful, editing on the fly here, to the marketing and the dev team. You guys work incredibly hard to make the game what it is, but this is not the way. Making a multi-week reward that you can only use if you already purchase a $160 ship is an absolute slap in the face to in-game progression, new players, and people whose budget falls outside of. Sell the ship, that's totally fine. However, add in-game rewards for those who can't afford the ship, or give participants a free CCU to the standard, non-upgraded F7C. And then you could sell even the upgrade to them. The key difference is that everyone is rewarded without paying real money. Heck, even a cosmetic item would have been good. A 3-day rental is not a legitimate in-game reward. I'm looking forward to the rest of the event, and I hope you make some adjustments. Berks 07. Anyways, what do you guys think? Let me know down below. I was disappointed. I was expecting a lot from this event. I was expecting it to be, I guess, different. And hopefully CIG learns from this. But I feel like I've been saying this every event now. So I don't know. Until next time, thank you guys so much for watching and listening to my complaints on the current state of Star Citizen. I hope for your and my sake that the next event is better and that they can shape this up.